So first of all, I just wanted to welcome everybody out this evening. I'm really excited to talk about this topic because I think it's so important. And tonight we're going to cover understanding and overcoming objections. One of the key points that I want to talk about is the fact that sales is really influence. And so some people say, I'm not good at sales, but in all actuality, all of us are in sales one way or another. Because really, effective sales is actually just effective influence. The other thing that we understand that's unique about this particular business is that we start with our warm market. And it's important to remember that these are friends and family. And we'll talk a little bit more about how to successfully approach them. I also want to talk about the definition of our profession. What is it that we really do? And then the final thing that I'll cover tonight is just common responses to areas of concern. And understand, I call them areas of concern. They also could be called objections. But a lot of times they're not really objecting. They just don't understand something, and we need to help them understand it better. So first of all, I'd mentioned sales is really effective influence. Remember, when we're reaching out to somebody, when we share our story, we're not really asking them for a commitment. The only commitment that I would like to have is for them to listen. After that, they can make up their own mind. I want to focus on sharing an idea or an opportunity in the best way possible for them to be able to make the best decisions. I will let the potential prospect decide what their interest level is. And the last thing about selling as influence is always concentrate on a win-win scenario. I want them to win becoming a part of Wayall, and I want to make sure that we win by helping them do it in the right way. One thing that's very powerful and very unique about network marketing is we are communicating with the warm market, and that is absolutely the right approach. But it is not just the right approach for network marketing, it's really the right approach for any business that goes out and shares a product or a service. Why is a warm market so important? Because you have credibility with them. Basically, they may not buy, they may not join, but they'll listen. They'll help you because they like you, trust you, and want to help you in any way they can. Remember to use a non-threatening approach. Instead of saying, you would really be interested, or this is a great product, although those may be things that you believe, the best thing to do is ask them to help you by listening to the story and then potentially becoming a customer, maybe a new affiliate, or actually referring your services. In your warm market, you should have minimal objections. Very few people should tell you no, at least to listening. If you're having objections in your warm market, I would encourage you to review your approach to make sure that you're not saying something that makes them feel like you're trying to get them to join or get them to buy. You should always use the perspective of at ease. You should put them at ease. So the things that you can say is, you may or may not be interested. I just wanted to hear what you had to say. Even if you're not interested, you may refer somebody, and that would really help me in my business. I want to talk about the definition of our profession. To understand how to respond to areas of concern requires us to first understand the definition of our profession. Our Our profession is helping to provide a quality service or product to a prospect who is qualified and has a desire or need for our offering. We're looking for people that are looking for us. And basically, as we share our story in an effective way, we guaranteed will find them because we have great quality products and we have a fantastic opportunity for the right kind of person. This applies to owning the products and embracing the opportunity. So I want to talk a little bit about the reasons why somebody has an area of concern or a doubt or an objection. In the process of sharing your story, it's common for potential prospects to have areas of concern or objections. Sometimes they don't recognize the need for your product or the need for the opportunity. Sometimes they misunderstand the offering. They're not sure what it is that you're offering to do, but most of the time they're simply afraid. The most common fear that prospects have is that we might use our credibility in order to convince them to buy or join against their will. In other words, try to get them to do something that they're not sure they want to do. That is the last thing that we want to do. Our goal should always be to explain what we're doing and encourage people to take advantage of it. Another common mistake, especially for new people, is they confuse an area of concern or an objection with rejection. Because somebody doesn't understand the offering, or because somebody doesn't want to become a part of the company, they're not rejecting us as people. They're just not interested in the opportunity right now or the products right now. This misunderstanding of people thinking that it is rejection causes more people to quit than any other reason. One of the primary responsibilities we have as leaders is to help potential clients and recruits understand the difference between an area of concern and being rejected. The other thing that we want to do is get great at discovery. We want to find out when they have an objections or an objection to what? People rarely tell you the real objection at first. Sometimes they're not sure what it is. Sometimes they're just trying to stall the process. Your goal should always be to ask enough questions to get to the real objection or concern. Because sometimes they may say, I'm not interested, but if you begin to ask them questions about, do they like opportunity? Are they concerned about their health? You'll find that they actually are, and you might find there's something else they're concerned about. Once you find the real objection, now you can respond accordingly. Another part of discovery is learning how to request clarity. Recognize the desire or need on the part of this person to better understand our offering. So if somebody has an objection or a concern, recognize it as an innocent reason to learn more or have more clarity on what it is that we're talking about. So if they say, well, I'm just not sure about the product, then what I would say to them is, I'm sure you have a reason for saying that. Would you mind sharing it with me? If they say it seems like it costs too much, I might say, Bob, I'm sure you have a reason for saying that. Would you mind sharing it with me? Now what happens is they would maybe share that they saw it at a cheaper price in a store. Whatever the reason is, that gives me a chance to actually explain the differences or explain the advantages, or explain the opportunity in more detail. This statement, I'm sure you have a reason for saying that, would you mind sharing it with me, is a powerful statement because it opens up the conversation and it helps us get to the real area of concern. Another part of discovery is showing empathy. Giving more clarity to an objection by relating it to your personal experience has a tendency to help the person understand better what our offering is. So they might say, I'm just not sure I have time. If someone said that, I would say, you know, Bob, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But that was before I understood that it really takes a very little amount of time to be successful in the company. All you have to do is share the products as you meet people, period. Something along those lines. But make sure that whatever it is that you say, I know how you feel, I felt the same way, be honest and sincere. Make sure it is something you felt that way. If it's not something you personally experienced, maybe you never felt like that, you probably know someone who has, and you could say, I know how you feel. In fact, I have a new recruit that felt the same way, but that was before they understood how powerful the opportunity is or how valuable the products are. Be sincere and honest. So now I want to address some very, very specific common areas of concern. One of them is, I don't want to sell or recruit my friends and family. A lot of people say that when they first get started in our company. Some people say, I'm too busy. You might hear, I don't think I'd be interested. Another common objection, I'm just not a salesperson. And then the ultimate confusion with our particular business of network marketing is, it sounds like a pyramid. I'll talk about each one of these independently over the next few slides. So first of all, when a person is looking at developing their warm market list, sometimes they will say to me, I don't know, Sterling, I don't really want to sell or recruit my friends and family. My response would be this: great. That is the last thing we want you to do. Your relationships and credibility are important. But if you did find something that had a really positive impact in your life and could impact the lives of others in a positive way, I know you'd want to share it with them. If they're interested, great. If not, at least they'll better understand the company and perhaps they'll refer you in the future. The most important thing is we are not interested in selling or recruiting anyone. We want to share the story, make sure they hear it, and then offer opportunities once they've heard the story. Another common area of concern is people might say, I'm too busy. My response would be, Bob, I understand that. That's why I called you in advance. One thing we have learned is this: if you want to get something done successfully, give it to the busiest person. So the real question, Bob, is it worth my time? What I thought, if you see the same opportunity I see, then we can determine if it's worth your time and go from there. So remember, the busiest people are usually the ones that if you get a task, they get that done too. We're just trying to find out whether becoming a part of the company is worth their time, and if it is, help it become a priority. The next common concern is people might say, I don't think I'd be interested, or I'm not sure I'm interested. My response would be, I understand that, and I wasn't sure would be interested either. That's why I wanted to share what I was doing with you personally. I just wanted you to know what I was doing, so perhaps you could recommend me to others if you like. So in other words, I would want to put them at ease to say, I want you to hear the story, know how great the products are, know how powerful the opportunity is. And then if you're interested, great. If you're not, then I would hope you'd recommend other people like yourself that might be interested. Another common concern and common misconception is people say, I'm just not a salesperson. My response to that would be, great, that's an advantage you have. See, we're not in the selling business. This is a business of educating people. And I know you like helping people. We also discovered the greatest salespeople are people that are excited about helping people make good decisions about their health or their financial future or both. So truthfully, we're not looking for professional salespeople. We're looking for people that have credibility with other people and are willing to share great products and a sincere opportunity with those individuals, and then let them decide for themselves what they want to take advantage of. The last common concern sounds like a pyramid. Before I respond to this, I want to caution individuals on how to respond. Sometimes people say this because they just don't want to learn more, or they're just being negative. If that's the case, there's nothing I can do to help them feel better about the company. But if they really want to understand the structure of a network marketing company, the power of a network marketing company, and why it's such a great opportunity for the right kind of people, then I want to explain this particular concern. When they say it sounds like a pyramid, I would respond, you know, Bob, what we've discovered is most companies have different levels of management. And managers and companies are compensated to get the employees who report to them to do their jobs. In fact, sometimes their very jobs require them to have performance from the people on their teams. Managers are paid more than the lower level employees. So what I want them to understand is our company is similar. We have managers, we have leaders, we have brand new recruits. The difference with our company is here at Wayall, you have a clear-cut way to get promoted and to earn the highest rewards. One thing I love about network marketing is there aren't any pedigrees. It's not the degrees you have or the people you know. Anyone can start as a brand new recruit and build a tremendous company under the umbrella of Wayall. In closing, I hope that these simple responses and better understanding gives you the confidence to go out and successfully build your Wayall business. We're so grateful that you're a part of our company, and I'm so thankful you're a part of our team. Thanks, and have a great night.